There was a place that used to be very green and lush before, but with time no one knows what happened there. That place became completely barren and deserted. All the people who lived there left their homes and went away, because sandstorms kept coming again and again, and the heat was extreme. But there were also some people who were extremely poor, because of which they got stuck there and could never leave that place. There was one such family, in which there was a woman and her 2 daughters. They lived in a village called Oklahoma. The woman's husband had gone to the city to earn money, so she lived there alone with her 2 daughters. Although she had one more daughter before, but due to illness she passed away. This was not something new there. People kept dying almost every day. Because of this, the people who survived were also slowly disappearing. The dust had increased so much that even their animals were becoming weak. There was not even grass left to eat. As far as the eye could see, there was only sand. Because of all this, Margaret remained very worried. Due to this, she developed a disease called insomnia. Because of this, she could not sleep properly, and strange thoughts started coming to her mind. Although she consulted a doctor, it had no effect. That is why she slept separately from her 2 daughters. Because when she started talking strangely at night, her daughters began to feel afraid of their mother. The younger daughter, Ovary, had now become deaf, and she also had many illnesses. But Rose, who was the elder daughter, was still fine. There was a doctor in that village, a sheriff, a father, and along with them some women also lived there. Among those women was a woman named Ada, who was Margaret's sister, and she lived at some distance from her. This was because earlier people used to have large farms and fields here. Ada's husband had also gone out to earn money, but now her family did not wait much for him, because she wanted either he should come back and live with them so their morale could increase, or he should earn enough money so that all of them could leave this place together. Ada's young son also remained quite ill. Looking at the condition of the village, it felt that nothing would ever be the same again, because the situation was getting worse day by day. One day, when Margaret was asleep, she saw a dream that everything had become like before, and she was standing in her green fields. But suddenly the situation began to change, and she started hearing people screaming, trying to wake her up. Suddenly she woke up. She prepared food for her daughters, bathed them, and when night came, she told Rose a terrifying story, which was a very bad idea. That story was about the Gray Man, who killed his entire family, and then disappeared into the sandstorm, where he gained a mysterious power with which he could enter someone's body and take control of them. After hearing all this, Ovary started believing that all of this was real, but Rose kept explaining to her that it was just an imaginary story. The next day, the village women gathered, and during the conversation, one woman said that a stranger had come to her neighborhood, who killed an entire family, except for one man, who told everything to the sheriff. After hearing this, Margaret became alert, because there was no man in her house, and she alone had to protect her daughters. On the way, a severe storm came, in which Ovary got lost somewhere. But later she was found inside a cupboard, very frightened, and she said that she had seen the Gray Man. Time passed, and the situation became even worse. Finally, a man named Polaris appeared, who introduced himself as a preacher and claimed that he could cure illnesses without medicine. But in reality, he was the Gray Man himself. When the truth came out, Margaret's mental condition completely collapsed. In the end, Rose tricked her mother and sent her outside and cut the rope, after which Margaret was lost in the sandstorm and died. The next day, both sisters gathered all the money and left towards the city. But far away, the same dust was visible again, which was a sign that this evil was now spreading everywhere. And with this, the story comes to an end. While going towards the city, both sisters remained silent. The road was long, and the dust and smoke were still following them from behind. Their steps were moving forward, but fear was still present in their hearts. Even after leaving that land, it felt as if the curse had not completely ended. Far behind them, the wind carried sand into the air again, as if reminding them that this darkness could return any time, anywhere. They did not look back, because now survival itself had become their only hope.